It's Deprogrammed. My name is Justin, and I am a host of sorts. Today we're going to be talking about Death Cab for Cutie. But man, oh man, you know what would be really cute? Ha! Patreon.com/oh hi Justin. If you went there, $1 a month. First of all, it helps me out a great deal. Clearly, I have some sort of self-esteem issue. But it also helps. I've got a ton of upgrades that I need to make. If you can't tell in the quality of this pod, I need to upgrade my equipment. And you can help me do that. It also just helps whatever bills I have. Unfortunately, there are bills that I have to pay to do all these pods. But, you know, you don't want to hear what you're doing for me. You want to hear what you're going to get from me. All right, let's do it. You get deprogrammed 4 full days before the rest of the world. You get 5 days of Oh Hi Justin. You get the 6th day of Oh Hi Justin. You also get your music show. You get hashtag WrestlePals. You get the hashtag WrestleParty. You get the actual hashtag WrestleParty, which is like there's the pre-tapes leading up to the pay-per-view. You get the pay-per-view because you paid. Get it? You also get these ghouls demos and the upcoming super secret project that Jenny and I have been hard at work on. And that doesn't even count like all the other dumb ideas that are in my head that are going to be coming to you straight through Patreon, patreon.com/oh hi Justin. Enough of the sell. Let's get right into some Death Cab for Cutie, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us all the way from Florida, again, like I mentioned this on the Guns N' Roses episode, you're becoming quite the regular here, Peter.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, because like I want to say you were only on a couple in the first run. I think you've more than doubled at what you've done just since I rebooted.
Well, I enjoy being on the show.
It's a lot of fun having you talking about. It's weird, like how much we are on the same wavelength with bands. Like I was thinking about this before in the car earlier, and we didn't. The only thing that's even close to like a miss was Flaming Lips, and that wasn't a miss. That was just you need the live experience.
Yeah.
And pretty much everything else we've been pretty close on. So it's awesome to have you here. And also joining us today, my lovely wife.
Hello.
Her name is Kristin. She's not going to say that. I'm supposed to say that.
My name is Kristin.
Yeah.
So I was going to make a comment that, so basically what you're saying is you and Peter are essentially the same person. So I'm on a panel with the same person.
Well, no, just we have very similar musical tastes.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, and it starts with Smashing Pumpkins, I think, and that and there's very few people that I can say that I know that love Local H as much as I do, and Peter's one of them. Okay. So, we're going to talk Death Cab today. So I want to start with you, Peter, because you made the comment that this is basically the soundtrack for college for you.
Yeah, so I started college in 2000, and the music scene was starting to get away from nu metal and all that shit, and the original emo phase was starting to come in, which, you know how emo now people think it's like My Chemical Romance and any band that has like eyeliner and stuff?
Yeah.
The original emo.
Emo was originally like bands like Jimmy Eat World, Death Cab for Cutie, Saves the Day, and essentially Weezer's Pinkerton set the template for it.
Right.
It was just basically like dudes writing sad songs, like
or songs about how screwed over they were when they were younger.
Yeah.
How their dads screwed them up.
So I took a liking to this type of music in my first couple of years of college, and I would pluck some of their lyrics and put it in my away messages on AOL Instant Messenger and stuff like that.
Nice. Those were the days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kristin, you and I this is almost discovery for the both of us. For Death Cab. I think more me than you.
Well, I wouldn't consider myself necessarily a Death Cab fan. I don't own any of their albums. I actually only within the last couple years discovered that I really enjoy them. And of course, in the last couple of years, that's when buying albums aren't really like a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't really discover them until like Kitsugi, that album time period. So, but I'm also a little younger than you, so maybe I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
It's possible.
Actually,
I mean, it's possible.
I'm more of a pop lover. So, and this is more emotional, deep,
Well, and it would make sense that you would jump in at Kintsugi because arguably that's when they were at the most pop. Right. Arguably, I think they crossed over well before that, but the last two records, and it's funny that Peter, you mentioned soundtrack. Like the last two records, like the first ones I could see being soundtracks to people's lives. The last two, Kintsugi and Thank You for Today, feel like they could be almost like soundtracks to movies. Like they're very environmental. It's very like atmospheric.
Yeah. The feeling.
Yeah. And I mean, I think feeling is the best way to describe the band as a whole, is it makes you feel. I didn't really have any inkling whether I was going to like or dislike the band going into this, other than the fact that I knew Soul Meets Body when it came out, I absolutely hated, which is funny now because I go back and listen to it and I'm like, this is not a bad song. It may have just been Ben's voice, like just that falsetto, like,
which is part of what I love most about them.
Yeah, I love his voice.
Yeah, his voice is very appealing to me.
I can understand where somebody, as a matter of fact, Jenny put it out there earlier this week. She's not a fan of Death Cab because of Ben's voice. And on one hand, I can get it. Again, as a Smashing Pumpkins fan, you might dislike the Pumpkins. Yeah.
Voice or...
But I likened a lot of what Death Cab does, a lot of what Ben does when he writes, it's a lot of poetry. Mm-hmm. So I'm able to forgive whether or not I like his voice due to more what he's saying and how he's saying it, as opposed to the fact that, oh man, I'm really drawn in by this beautiful voice or this different voice. His voice is a non-plus for me. It's neither a plus or against.
Oh, all right. So it's just kind of neutral zone for you.
Yeah. What I did find is that there's so much Death Cab that fits so nice and comfy inside the Justin pocket. I had no idea that they could rock as much as they do. I was absolutely clueless that there was going to be some rockers.
Rock. Mm-hmm.
Now they do a lot of there's different levels. There's atmospheric music, I feel. There's straight up feeling music. There's rockers, and then there's groovers.
Acoustic, a lot of grooving, yeah.
A couple acoustic tunes, yeah. And then slow burners, Peter.
Yeah,
slow burners for days with Death Cab.
A lot of the stuff on their early albums is shoegazy type stuff, yep. And I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So talk to me about, because that was one of the things you said was I was asking you to pick apart your college years, the soundtrack to college. Talk to me about putting your 20 together, Peter.
It was hard because I love pretty much all of their stuff up until Narrow Stairs, and then Codes and Keys is where they started to lose me. Everything started to sound a little too polished, and the songs felt less like a bunch of dudes in a room jamming together and more like songs were being composed on a computer.
Like overly produced.
Yeah, so what I was trying to do with my list, I was trying to not lean so heavily on their first few albums and try to represent some of the stuff from their later albums, and I just couldn't do it. I like their newer stuff all right, but I had trouble being like, well, I'm not going to replace this for something from Kintsugi or Thank You, for whatever.
Well.
Yeah, well, I was going to say,
we're not going to have three-way agreement on this.
This is going to be interesting because, again, as she said earlier, she's more of a pop head. So, all right, hun, talk to me about putting your 20 together.
So I'm already hearing what he's saying, and I already know what he means because, the album that least turned me on was You Can Play These Songs with Chords, and I bet you that's where he's getting a lot of his favorite stuff. because of the sound of kind of guys in a room playing.
Yeah. I mean, it leans more to that rock edge.
Yeah, so it's just as a matter of taste, I guess, a matter of personal taste. Not that I don't dislike that kind of stuff, but what I associate Death Cab is that, later stuff. When I started listening to them, it was their later stuff. So when I went back and listened to their older stuff, I was kind of, this is pretty good, but it's not what I think of as Death Cab. So it was like sort of it was like the opposite experience for me than what, Peter's obviously got. So.
Well, because he came up with it. So,
right, exactly.
And then for me, as somebody who's completely new to it, it's funny, I fall almost in the middle. I can, like you said, Peter, I can appreciate, and I pulled stuff from the newer just because I needed examples of some of the different styles. And so I left off, it was painstaking. It really was. My first time through, I pulled out 48 that I had to trim down.
Which I was surprised when you told me that.
Yeah. My second time through, I still had 33. Usually I'm able to get it down to that 20 in that second time. So like I really had to comb to get down to the 20 and had to find like just excuses to get rid of things. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to frame them in this way. I'm going to try to use very little of Justin, what Justin likes, and a lot more of, this is a Death Cab song. This is a Death Cab song, soundtrack sounding song. This is a Death Cab slow burner. These are the different levels of Death Cab. But I got to tell you, for me, the photo album is where it's at. Because it falls in that nice little pocket, like right in the middle. It's a lot of rocking, but it also kind of represents a little of everything that Death Cab can do. And I had an unbearable time cutting songs from that album. Am I the only one that because I put it out there, and Plans seems the one people point to the most. But to me, the photo album, that's the jam. I have a feeling that the photo album I'm going to listen to a lot after doing this show.
Yeah, I've got a few from there. I think for me, the definitive album is Transatlanticism.
Yeah, that's the other one I got a lot. A lot of people
I got quite a few,
coming for that one. All right, so
and that was the one that I hadn't really heard many songs from, so I went back and listened, and yeah, I got actually, I think that's the one I have the most songs from.
I wish I could say the same, because like I said, I could not. I still have 4 from the photo album. I had 7 after my first cut. I still had 7 after my second cut. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and cut this down. I just had to trim out a bunch. Oh, you know what? I've got 3 from Transatlanticism looking at it.
You want to start with that?
Well, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. I think I know what I'm doing over here. I've been doing it for a while.
I listen. Well, okay. Sorry. So let me explain myself. I listen as well, and I hear you every week do the show. So my apologies.
Mm-hmm. So the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and the 3 of us have combed through the 8 Death Cab for Cutie albums and pulled out 20 songs that we would like to represent in a top 10 starter kit for the band. If for whatever reason you've never given them a chance, which again, I never gave them a chance, so I'm super glad that I did. I'm going to come hard here because number 1, I already mentioned that I love this record, but number 2, I don't even think this is probably not my favorite Death Cab song, but it's that slow burner, and boy does it burn once it starts burning. From the photo album, Styrofoam Plates.
Oh, I had that, but it didn't make the final cut.
Oh no.
No, me neither.
Oh my god! Like, oh my god! I'm hurt right now because this song's about his dad, of what an asshole his dad is, and just his
I can't
dad.
Relate. I'm sorry.
His dad. Well, neither can I. My dad's not an asshole, but he like first of all like the way that it's boom, boom, boom.
The build.
Just like so slow burn. I have to go through this.
Yeah.
I have to. Since it didn't make the combo, I have to go through this. I'm sorry, guys. But then it starts picking up, But then it explodes, and the line is, shit. Okay, so like, actually, even in the slow part, it became obvious that you weren't a father, just a donator of seeds to a poor mother, and we never saw any of that money that you poured down your belly, the hole in your belly. First of all, okay,
Wow.
I love that. And then the line later when it explodes is just because he was or everybody's talking about what a great guy this guy was. Nah, man, I'm going to shout from the rooftops. This guy was a bastard in life, and now he's a bastard in death. Basically, fuck off. And like, I was listening to that in the car just now, running errands, and just chills all over my body. So I'm sorry to go this deep into something that's going right into the trash can. But when I talk about a slow build, styrofoam plates, like, that's what I'm looking at. So I hate that it missed, but at least it got some love here. All right, we'll stay in studio, huh? Kristin.
Oh, all right. So I'll just go in the order that I have it in front of me. A Lack of Color.
Dun, dun, dun. Which album?
Transatlantic.
I do not have that one.
I don't have that one.
Oh, boy.
I told y'all this one's going to be rough.
Oh, boy. Let's see. All right, Peter?
I'll go with the one that I will fight for. I Will Possess Your Heart.
Okay, I don't have it, but I understand it. All right, good. That one was a tough one to leave out because I do think that absolutely is a Death Cab song. And I left it out. First of all, it did get some love from listeners. I left it out in place of some other tunes like that. I was hoping it was calculated. That's what I'll say. It was a calculated left out. I was hoping you guys would have it.
Well, you mentioned some of their songs are all about the groove, and this is one that's definitely
all about
the groove.
Yep. As a matter of fact, again, I was talking to Jenny earlier this week, and this is the only Death Cab song she likes. I was like, well, I have to assume other than radio tunes, you must not have dug any deeper, because, again, I think it's a fine example of a Death Cab song. I really do.
It's like an unconventional love song. So.
Well, it's a stalker song, really.
Right. I mean, it's like not your typical,
gotta spend
romantic.
Some time with Steve. I Will Possess Your Farts.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
They open their shows with this song, and it's a great song to open a set with.
It really is, because especially if you've only heard the radio version, like, there's a jam out front, and I say jam, but it's just a groove.
Oh, yeah,
like they get into that groove that's underneath the whole song, and that's part of what
like
Death Cab does.
Intro.
Yeah, that's part of what they do. And this was I wouldn't put this necessarily in the slow burner, but it grooves. So, you put out a radio song, I'm going to put out a radio song. This is arguably my favorite Death Cab tune, even after doing the show. I think it possesses a lot of the elements that Death Cab does so well, and it's surprisingly catchy, and it has a lot of different elements in it. The Ghost of Beverly Drive.
I'm pretty sure I have that one.
Nope.
Yeah, I've got that one.
All right. I think it grooves. I think it rocks. I think there's a bunch of different sounds in there.
This is the song that first, turned me on to them. So
what's funny is it's kind of what turned me around on them. Even though I Will Possess Your Heart, I didn't hate. Soul Meets Body to me, like, I don't know, it never connected with me. But when I heard Ghosts of Beverly Drive, I'm like, maybe they do something different than it turned off the hate. I guess that's the best way I can say it. Like, I stopped hating them at that point. I didn't start paying attention, but it turned off the hate.
Hate? Golly.
Well, when I was a younger man, I was quick to burn like that.
Well, this song took me from, like, digging them on the radio to wanting to listen to more.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay. All right. It's your turn, hon.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Passenger Seat. Also from Transatlanticism. I can never say it right.
I don't have that one.
I don't have that one.
I don't need to talk about it then if you guys are going to throw it out that quick.
Well, that's the more reason to talk about it.
Oh, well, I mean, I chose it. I thought it was just a feel-good song. It's one of those, you know, you're just taken to that place when you listen to it.
So it transports you.
Yeah, it does. And you picture yourself in the car and, you know, you're smelling the evergreen and you're looking up at the sky. And I don't know. He just has such it's just a poetic song and it transports you there.
Yeah, that's what I like about Ben.
It just feels good.
He can take you places. All right, Peter?
I'm going to go back to the photo album and I'm going to submit We Laugh Indoors.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you. Oh my God, I thought I was going out on a limb with that one. I seriously, because like I could see where somebody would not want that because it's super repetitive, but like the way it pops like right in with that drum beat, and again the I loved you Guinevere, I loved you Guinevere, I loved you, like it's catchy but like also drony, like it's a droning song while rocking, but it also screams Death Cab to me. It screams Death Cab, but uniquely Death Cab. You don't have it, do you, hon?
No. I'll probably have to go back and listen to that album because I don't have much from that
I
one.
loved you, Guinevere. Oh, God. Like, yeah. It hits. It's got everything in it. So, I'm so glad you put that out there, Peter. I seriously did think I was out there on my own. We were talking about atmospheric songs, and I don't know if anybody else heard this the way I heard it, but you talked about being transported somewhere.
Mm.
This isn't one of my favorites. I picked it out because of the soundscape they put together. And this is less what Ben's saying rather than the music. And there's a galloping drum beat. It feels very cowboy for me. It sounds almost Western. El Dorado.
That was on my original list, but it didn't make my final cut.
It didn't make mine either.
I love the way the drums sound like a galloping horse. Like, and I don't know if that was on purpose, but like, again, it makes me feel like this is some sort of attempt at a Western song, but it's still Death Cab. I just love that chance that they took.
Playing too much Red Dead while you listen to it, huh?
The thing is, I could. That's what I was picturing. I was picturing
I knew it.
Like I could play Red Dead and then listen to this.
Lenny!
Lenny! Get out the damn way! Hey, mister. All right, Kristin, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to go. The next one I've got is You've Haunted Me All My Life.
Which album?
I have that one.
Kintsugi.
I don't have that one. There it is.
I mean, it's a slow burner, so you're not always into those. It has to be very special.
Well, not necessarily. So here's the problem, and I think a lot of slow burners got lost in the first round because I didn't realize that they were slow burners. So if the song started out slow, I was just like, nope.
Yeah, and that one does. So.
Nope. So, I mean, and I learned that pretty quick because something came up as I was re-listening, and I was like, okay, I'm going to keep this around. I don't know if it's going to make it. It may have even been styrofoam plates because I was like, I don't remember why I kept this one.
So Peter had that one. So far, none of us have all agreed on one.
And actually, since you brought that up, NTP may come into play here. We've only got 4 in the convo, so let's just in case be thinking if it comes down to it and we don't have 10 all the way through, we each get to pull one of our own out of the trash and one from one of the other panel members, a song that we were close on.
Okay.
All right, so You've Haunted Me All Life was you, Kristin. All right, Peter, it's your turn.
I'm going to go to the first album, Bend to Squares.
Oh, my God. No, that was such a late cut.
I think that was another one that I cut out that I had. That's not on my list.
That first album, so good, but like it, again, I was trying to frame up. I'm trying to frame up Death Cab, and it's just not easy. All right. All right. Let's talk explosions, because this song, it's not even a slow burn. It only takes not even 30 seconds to get to the explosion. but when it explodes, it explodes. It's full of energy. We look like giants.
Yeah, that's one of mine too. Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the last ones I cut.
Oh my god. Just the there's no build. It just kind of...
Yeah.
That's one we got from listeners as well. So, okay.
Yeah, I've got that one. So
All
that
right.
one might have to make it just because Peter was so close on it.
Well, we'll see. We got 5 through to the convo. So, all right, hon. It's your turn.
Let's see. I've got... Let me pick one from a different album. How about Soul Meets Body? We didn't talk about that one yet, have we?
No.
I've got it.
Okay. I don't. Now, I told you guys before, like when it came out, I hated it.
Yeah.
The chance that it was going to make it was slim. I did actually give it honest consideration, because when it came up that we were doing this band, I was like, there's no way. Nope. Soul Meets Body? Nope. No chance. But I listened to it and I'm like, you know what? I like it. And it may have made that first 48. But just not enough.
Yeah, I knew you weren't gonna, but that one has to. It's notably
Death Cab.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it's got to go in there, the
Oh.
combo at least.
Yeah. All right, Peter.
I'm gonna go with a more poppy song, "Sound of Settling."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Too. Hey, what?
Yep.
Out of all the songs, that's one that we all.
That's so catchy.
Yeah.
Ba ba ba.
Well, it's one of those songs that what I like is songs that sound all upbeat, but the underlying theme of it is not.
Yeah.
It's sort of depressing.
Yeah. Which depressing is what Death Cab does best.
Yeah, but hiding it with an upbeat, catchy pop sounding.
It's so upbeat, so poppy, and it's again, it could be one of my favorite songs that Death Cab has done. So, hey, we got one in.
But we didn't let Peter talk about why he chose it.
Yeah, we kind of all jumped on our.
I think you guys have said what I would have said about it. It's just it's poppy, but if you actually pay attention to the lyrics, it's really depressing. But if you talk to any Death Cab fan, you just say like ba 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 ba, they know what song you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is the sound of settling. Ba 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 ba.
But you know what's funny is that's what I'm known for. I do this at work. I'm like, hey, da da da. And it's like, this is me trying not to lose my mind. That's kind of how it makes me feel. It's, how I feel every day when I go to work.
All right. I have a feeling you don't have this one, but I'm going to put this one out here because it's almost what we're living through right now. Now, it's specifically in the song he's talking about Los Angeles. The name of the song is Why You'd Want to Live Here.
Okay.
And if I'm reading it correctly, whomever he was with, he's in Los Angeles, and that's where that person wants to live. That person wants to live in Los Angeles, and he's like saying, "Oh, I can see why you'd want to live here. Cool, this, and the other thing." But then in the last verse, when it explodes, he turns it to, "I can't see why you'd want to live here." Like, it's so shallow. Like, you never swim. You'll drown in a week. And I was just like, that's beautiful. That's poetic. And it's kind of what you and I are living through right now a little bit.
Oh, with the fact that I bring up a new place that I want to live every week.
Perhaps. So why?
No, I actually listened to that song earlier today, and I still decided to not put it on my list.
Okay. Did I?
Yeah, it didn't make my cut either.
Okay. I'm hearing very different things, I think.
I mean, I applaud you for going so deep into some of these.
Well, again, like, it's rare that I ever get the time to get to the lyrics when I'm doing these, and I find that kind of hinders my thoughts on the band. So the fact that I was able to listen to this enough to get to what the lyrics are, I was like, well, either A, they're way better than I'm giving them credit, or B, like, the music jumped out at me from the jump, so I was able to pay attention to the lyrics on the second round. So, All right, Kristin, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to go with You Are a Tourist from Codes and
Oh,
Keys.
God.
No.
I don't, but oh my God, I love that song.
I have it.
Good. Thank God. Because when we talk about like last cuts, I did not want to cut that one. I was like, I need to get rid of something though.
The music video for that, they filmed that live on YouTube.
Oh.
Oh, really? I gotta go
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, I've literally seen 0 Death Cab videos, so I imagine they're pretty artsy-fartsy.
For the most part.
Sometimes you can just take a guess.
Yeah.
All right, Peter?
I'm gonna go with the super obvious one. I Will Follow You Into the Dark.
That was gonna be, yes, that's...
I don't have that one.
See, you just you can't choose the ones that you know everyone's gonna choose.
Well, again, that was calculated, because there's another acoustic song that I want to talk about. Why is this song in here twice?
Well, you know, as long as you've been listening to me listen to Death Cab, that's always on whatever playlist I have on Spotify. This song is on that playlist.
Now, it's a gorgeous song. It's absolutely gorgeous. And when we first started putting our lists together, that one day we were both listening at the same time. I was for sure this song was going to get in, like 100%.
But then you listen to everything else.
I listened to everything else, and I was like, okay, I love this song. I imagine both of them will have it. I can probably bring in something else. Sometimes you take risks. It's called playing the game.
Another unconventional love song.
Yeah.
Hey, like, we're all going to die. And
yeah, and that one got some love from listeners, too. So, all right. I'm going to put it out there since we're on the acoustic ones. I went with this one instead. Not that I necessarily think it's a better one, but I had a feeling it wasn't going to get any love, and it really stuck out to me. Hold No Guns.
Nope.
no.
Off of Kintsugi. Yeah.
And I have a considerable amount from Kintsugi, but not that one.
To me, it felt like this. It had the same vibe of, why are you running from me? These arms hold no guns. So, not the same.
I get that.
Same vibe.
Yeah.
So, all right. Kristin, it is your turn.
Well, I know you guys probably aren't going to have this one, but Northern Lights.
I got it.
Oh, all right. That one's from Thank You for Today. Yeah, I figured you didn't even remember the name of that album.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, Peter's not going to have any from this album.
Northern Lights, well, that album is very soundtracky.
Yeah.
I can hear these songs in movies.
It's different. The songs on that album, I think, are...
Yeah, I re-listened to it for the show, and I was just kind of like... I had the same reaction to when it came out. I was just like, nothing's really sticking with me here. Like, it's good background music, but I don't know. It's just missing the vibe of the earlier stuff.
And it also might be because you're a fan. For me, like, it's all of this is first listen, so like it's all on the same level. And even for you, Kristin, to an extent, some of this is all going to be on the same level. Where Peter has like this idea of what a Death Cab album has been or is going to be.
Right.
So
fandom for years.
So it may be something that ends up growing on you. You never know. So that one was Kristin. All right, Peter, it's your turn.
A movie script ending.
Yeah, I got it.
I couldn't get behind. I just...
Hide. Wait. Hide.
I know.
Wait.
I listened to it. I wanted it on my list. I just liked other ones more.
It's very, very Death Cab. Very, very... And I want to say that's a track one. I might be wrong on that, but... Yeah. So, well, it's in the combo. And I think at this point we can throw NTP out the window. Let me make sure. Yep. We've got 1 all the way through, and we've got 10 in the conversation. So we can throw NTP out the window. We don't have to worry about it. Well, we're on the topic of track ones. I love this one. We're at the beginning of a new year. The new year.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Nope.
This is the new year. Bow, 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 bow. I have no resolutions. Oh,
yeah.
Just this is the new year, but it's the same. Like nothing's really different.
I really do like that one too.
Very good tone setter. All right, Kristin.
I'm gonna go with a sort of quirky song that I really like. Is Your New Twin-Sized Bed from Narrow Stairs.
Nope.
No.
It's just a groovy, song that I just enjoy.
I came away from Narrow Stairs not disliking it, but like of all the albums, including the last couple newer ones, just kind of on. Like I feel like the least amount got through on Narrow Stairs.
Yeah. Besides I Will Possess Your Heart, that is the only other song from that album that I pushed through. And probably because on purpose I wanted to choose another song from that album.
Yeah.
And that's the one that I chose.
There it is. Okay, so
damn.
The trash. Oh. Yeah, laying down the line. All right, Peter.
Well, I guess I'll throw this out there because it's from the same album, but Grapevine Fires.
I don't have that.
That was very, very close. That was one that I had on my list and just didn't make through. So
I must have been wrong on that one. Like, is it a slow burner or something? I can't figure out why I cut it. Because Fredo put it up on he said that's the Death Cab. And first of all, Fredo chiming in on Death Cab, I was like, okay, so maybe there's something to this. And I don't know. Like, I don't know what I missed with that one.
I just kind of like just the groove of it, the drum beat. I don't know. It's lyrically, it's full on Death Cab. It's just maybe I've also just got some more memories attached to it.
That's possible. That's possible.
Which album is that? That's from Narrow Stairs, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay away from that album because
I think and that's my thing is I think I just listened to it once through. I Will Possess Your Heart, and there were few songs that really stuck out. That was one of the ones that stuck out, but I just cut that one out. I liked other ones better. So.
And that's the thing with like a lot of my picks, like I'm not sure if they're great songs to everyone else, but to me, like I've got memories attached to these songs, and that's why they're great songs to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with this one, and we've already kind of put out a couple from Plans. And while Plans wasn't my favorite of the albums, there's a couple like real groovers in there. This one's like just kind of super sad, and to me, it appears a lot about drug use. And what is it? The smell of 409 and piss in the bed or something. What Sarah said.
I have that.
Nice.
Not I.
What's funny is I said something I put out a tweet something like I think I'm falling in love with Death Cab, and Sarah Darrow from Popped and many other places, she goes, Plans like saved my life once, and it's. I didn't follow up on it, but like that song is on there. Her name is Sarah. It's spelled the same way. I mean, to my knowledge, she isn't a recovering addict, but I wonder.
Spoke to her anyway.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe it was just the name, because there was the line. I remember what Sarah said. Oh God, I remember what Sarah said. Real love is watching someone die. Like that's heavy. And who's gonna watch you die? I think is the follow up. That's heavy. That's good stuff. All right, hun, it is your turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna put Black Sun
I don't have
out there.
I have it.
All right. Now, I can see that one, definitely. I don't have it, but I can see it. I get it. One day.
I think it's just really deep Death Cab song. Just when I think of Death Cab, I think of that song.
All right, Peter?
I'm going to go with the only one from Thank You for Today that made my list. 60 and Punk.
Oh, man. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I just like the lyrics to it. It reminds me a lot of I Was a Teenage Anarchist by Against Me.
I'm going to have to give that one another listen. To be fair, I don't think, other than the ones that made my first cut, I gave. Obviously, nothing got a second listen. That's the only album where I feel like I wasn't very fair. Like, I went in very even, and I pulled songs that, like, initially hit me. Mm-hmm. So I think, some of them, if I would have given another listen.
Well, and some, for you, they probably, if the music didn't immediately catch you, you didn't get to the listening to the lyrics part.
Yep. And that album, like, the lyrics are kind of important. And, I mean, until the only ones that made it through at this point were because I felt like they could help me literally paint the picture like Ben's trying to do lyrically, like, and what the band's trying to do sound-wise. Mm-hmm. So since we're talking about it, I'll put it out here. This is definitely an atmospheric song for me, and it's right from the jump. I dreamt we spoke again.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, this is the time for misses, so it's okay. All right, hon.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember ones we've already did. We didn't talk about Good Help Us.
Nope.
It's hard to find.
Which album is that?
Kitsugi.
Nope. I do not have that.
No.
All right, Peter?
This is probably going to be a miss, but Line of Best Fit.
Which album is that?
Something About Airplanes.
No.
Total shoegaze type song.
Yeah. I love that early stuff too for that reason. Yeah, there it is. That is. I don't know which way to go.
Choose one from the photo. I want to see if any of the ones you chose actually.
I think I'm out. Yeah, all of mine are out. Yep. We have the facts and we're voting yes. I'll pull off of that title track.
Oh, I had that, but didn't make the final cut.
That was another one of those albums where I enjoyed it, but like, there was a handful that stuck out that I was like, yeah, I could pull this. And then as I'm going through, I'm like, So, all right, hon.
Well, I was going to throw out Blacking Out the Friction, which is why I asked you. That one's from the photo album.
I don't have it.
I don't have it.
There's another one that was really, really close. All right, Peter?
Also from We Have the Facts and We're Voting Yes, The Employment Pages.
Nope.
Damn.
Yeah. These is them tough parts.
I mean, I admitted to not, dig in the earlier stuff as much, but I'll go back and listen again.
All right, so I'm not stressed about it because let's see, 1, 2, 3. I still have 6 left, and there's 13 to do a combo and 1 in. So now we're playing for pride, it feels like. I'll put this one out here, I guess. Codes and Keys, Underneath the Sycamore.
Nope.
We're all the same. We're all the same. Underneath the sycamore. Oh,
yeah, I know.
Fun and catchy.
I know. Yeah, it is. It's a good one.
And I just like that line. We're all the same. All right, Kristin?
From Plans, Marching Bands of Manhattan.
That one made my initial cut. And I dropped it.
Yeah, that one didn't survive my cut.
Marching Bands, there it is.
What?
It happens. This is what playing the game is.
I know, but we're just misses, all of us.
It happens. But we got plenty for the combo, so I'm not worried about it. All right, Peter?
Same album, Crooked Teeth.
Oh my god.
I got that one.
That one was so impossible to cut, but I found a way to do it.
I think you should just put it in there. Just go ahead.
Let's see. All right. I'm very unironically wearing this shirt today because I think the band got the name from this song. It's off of Narrow Stairs. It's Long Division.
Oh. No, I didn't.
No.
It's okay.
Make my list.
Very math rock tune.
And that's not where they got the name. I'm not trying to Death Cab explain things, but
No, that's what this show's for. Death Cab explain things.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The Beatles movie, Magical Mystery Tour, there's a part where they go to this nightclub, and this band comes on, and they're watching this band play, and the band plays a song called Death Cab For Cutie, and that's where they got the name.
Oh, no, I'm wearing a Long Division shirt. Like, the name of the band is Long Division.
Oh, okay.
And they're a local band. And I think, because when you listen to Death Cab, or if you listen to Long Division, they sound a lot of what is going on in early Death Cab minus vocals. It's an instrumental band.
So they probably pulled it.
It's math rock.
But that was very interesting information.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
absolutely.
that. Thank you for explaining.
Yeah, Death Cab explaining. I love it. All right, Hun, it's your turn.
The next one I've got is Monday Morning from Codes and Keys.
Nope.
That one definitely made my first cut, though. Just so you know that you're not that far off.
Not far off from your perfection of a list.
Mine is perfection.
Of course.
All right, Peter.
From Narrow Stairs, Kath.
Oh, nope.
No.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're all going to be missing.
I know.
I got 4 left. Well, toss it out here. Doors unlocked and open.
No.
No.
All right, Hun. Might as well rapid fire them.
Did we do No Room in Frame already?
No. Oh my god. I forgot I had to cut that one. It's so good. Thanks for reminding me. Which album is that?
Kitsuji?
I thought so. I think that's what ended up happening, because I still ended up with like 3 from Kitsuji.
Why are there so many difficult to say album names? Can you Death Cab explain that?
I can't.
Oh, man. I'm supposed to be the expert here.
All right, Peter, it is your turn.
Let's see. Tiny Vessels.
Oh, god damn it!
That was a close one for me, too, but I didn't make my list.
That one, I think, made the final 33.
I listened to it so many times over to try to get it on my list.
Yeah. Same.
But it didn't.
All right. I'm gonna toss out a couple of these early ones that I thought kind of really nailed what Death Cab is. Fake Frowns.
Nope.
No.
Oh. All right. Hun?
All right. Did we do... I've gone out of order here now. Did I already do all mine? There's no way that you guys have this one, but I threw Gold Rush.
Nope.
On there from the most recent album.
No.
It's a radio tune, and people know it. I'm sure it got fan love or love on social media. No? You're looking.
Nope.
Dang, man, I'm wrong.
I think it's just still kind of too new.
It's new, yeah.
So.
That's why I put it on there.
All right, Peter?
Codes and Keys. The title track, Codes and Keys.
God damn, I want to say that was like 21.
Yeah, I just listened to that earlier today. It didn't make my list, though.
Codes and Keys, like, as an album I didn't like as much, but I found a lot more stuff that was harder to cut there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I pulled a good 5 or 6 and just...
Well, I like that album as a whole, listening to it straight through, but like in the grand, I only chose a couple off of there, but
all right.
I like that album as a whole.
I'm going to put Pictures in the Exhibition out there.
Oh, damn it.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Hun? I've got 1 left. I don't know where you guys are at.
I don't know, because I've lost track. I should have like checked it off somehow or done something to keep me on track here. You can tell I don't frequent the show enough. Did we talk about You've Haunted Me All My Life?
Yes.
Okay. We talked about that. Did we talk about all mine already?
It's possible. If I've only got 1 left, chances are...
Yeah, we've already mentioned all the ones I have.
All right. You want to clear yours out, Peter?
Yeah, I just got 1 left. Someday You'll Be Loved.
Oh, my God. Like, I wanted that one so bad. I wanted that one so bad. Someday you will be loved. Oh my god, it's so good. And then my last one was Near Far off of the new album. All right, so we got one through, The Sound of Settling. And the listeners are with us on that one. All right, so...
Hey.
Let me see what we got here.
I wasn't expecting on that song.
So we have 14 that we need to get down to 9. And let me run through these. I Will Possess Your Heart. I Will Follow You Into the Dark. What Sarah Said. The Ghosts of Beverly Drive. Black Sun. You've Haunted Me All My Life. Soul Meets Body. We Laugh Indoors. Movie Script Ending. The New Year. We Look Like Giants. Crooked Teeth. You Are a Tourist. And Northern Lights. I feel like I Will Possess Your Heart has to go through.
Yeah, that's one I'm gonna fight for.
You guys had it. I think it's spot on. Sound wise, we got listeners who put that one up. I feel like,
and I've got to fight for I Will Follow You Into the Dark. I mean, we got to have that one.
Yeah, my acoustic one didn't make it, so we put that one through too.
Yeah, that's kind of their definitive song, I think.
I mean, that one is just so popular. Everybody knows it. I mean, you've got to have that on the Death Cab list.
Metal dude, Sean Hood from FM 99. That was the song he put up. He was like, I'll Follow You Into the Dark.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I didn't expect him to chime in on Death Cab.
That's a Death Cab song. Like, everybody knows that is Death Cab.
Yeah.
Gotta put that on.
All right, so... All right, we've got... We'll try to put these through, like, as album-wise.
So 1 to 10.
So we've got 3 more from Plans.
Shoot.
At this point, we got I'll Possess Your Heart and I Will Follow You Into the Dark. I feel like we can drop Soul Meets Body for sure.
What? I'm sad.
What?
I mean, we've already got two really well-known songs, and then there's 2 from Kintsugi still through.
But there's still Black Sun. You know, that... This is all your fault that these aren't going through.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wholeheartedly agree with Possess Your Heart and Follow You Into the Dark. I was wrong for not having those. All right, so we won't cut Soul Meets Body.
Admitted your fault, so it's okay.
But if you ask me at this point, is when we would lose Soul Meets Body, because there's so many better tunes that we can open people to here. I want Laugh Indoors and Movie Scripts since they're still around. So bad.
Laugh Indoors definitely, because it's a good rock song.
All right, I'll take one.
I'm not opposed.
I'll take one. And then...
I pretty much won't oppose anything that you guys want in this.
So from Transatlanticism, we only got New Year and We Look Like Giants through. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Sound of Settling is already through. So if we take one, is it the New Year or We Look Like Giants?
No, I like We Look Like Giants.
That's tough.
Yeah.
They both rock. So it's like, do you want to get punched in the face like We Look Like Giants does? Or do you want... Because New Year rocks, but it's also kind of grooves. It's like a... So this is the New Year.
I mean, I'm not opposed to either. They're both good.
I'd rather not take both, because that puts 3 through from the album.
I'm trying to think of how this would sound like on a playlist.
Yeah. That's the sound I'm making internally.
I like New Year more, but I think We Look Like Giants would be better for the playlist.
Yeah, I also think because it's not as slow burning, it'll get right into it.
Right in the forefront.
It's. I think We Look Like Giants is probably more apt to pull somebody new in.
Yeah.
Okay, I can agree with that. We'll drop New Year. I don't want to, but we will drop it. Just go into the playlist. Go in the list already. There we go. Jeez.
No.
Just as a thought, the only thing through Codes and Keys is You Are a Tourist. And I didn't have it. You two had it, but I am totally for putting that one through.
But you are a tourist?
Mm-hmm. Because that one was such a tough cut.
I mean, as far as their newer stuff, that's the one I like the most out of their last 3 albums.
All right, so let's grab that one. You're a tourist. And that puts us at, what, 6? I think. Yep, 6.
And musically, it's a lot more happy sounding than their other songs.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so we have 8 left that need to get cut exactly in 1/2. So for now, a movie script ending and Northern Lights are safe. They're not through, they're safe. We have to get rid of one of these. What Sarah Said, Crooked Teeth, Soul Meets Body.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's why I offered up Soul Meets Body. Because if you ask me, What Sarah Said is something different from the other two. And, I mean, I like Crooked Teeth better than Soul Meets Body. So of the 3, Soul Meets Body is the one that's expendable.
But arguably one of their more well-known songs, so...
Right, which might be the reason why you don't need it.
Well, true.
We also have
true.
I Will Possess Your Heart and I Will Follow You Into the Dark already through.
That's true.
So you're trying to introduce somebody new. And if
I suppose.
And again, I hate to put this out there because this is just me and my experience with Soul Meets Body is I was completely turned off to Soul Meets Body. Now I've come around on it now. So, I mean, you may not be you may not find a bunch of me's around that are going to listen to Soul Meets Body and be immediately turned off. But to me, that's where his voice was the most grinding. It's like, nah, I don't want that.
Oh, with the falsetto and everything. Yeah. I mean, I was on the Crooked Teeth side of that, but I can't picture what Sarah said in my...
Okay, well, we also have a little of this that we can do.
All right, go for it.
Let's do a little of this. This little piano beginning.
Well, they're very significantly different.
Yeah.
The two that were...
Trying to get to the lyrics. Slow burner. Away from me. Somebody doing drugs. They've done so much that every peak they're getting further away. Good Lord, that's good. I think we already missed the 409 and Piss. I'm trying to get... And then what was the other one from that album?
Which album was that?
What is it against? It's against Soul Meets Body and Crooked Teeth.
I mean, I just think we have enough songs that sound like that. And Crooked Teeth sounds different. Crooked Teeth doesn't sound anything like either one of those songs.
I'm not advocating for cutting Crooked Teeth. I'm advocating for cutting
Soul Meets Body.
Yeah.
So you want to keep the other what Sarah said.
Yeah. Because Crooked Teeth was definitely a tough cut for me. It's like a happier sounding rock tune. So are we at an impasse with these 3? We can't agree which one to cut, or?
I don't know if your argument is going to be people already know Soul Meets Body, so you don't need it on the list.
Again, mostly because we already have 2 that people probably already know that I think are better tunes anyway.
Yeah, I'll go with it. I'm not happy about it, but I'll go with it.
And at that point, let's drop this over here. So these three are up against each other. The Ghost of Beverly Drive, Black Sun, You've Haunted Me All My Life. I don't remember You've Haunted Me All My Life, to be honest.
You haunted me all my life. It's a slow burner, and I'm okay with taking it out.
Well, do we have a slow burner in there on the list? Because they're excellent at it. Very atmospheric.
You're missing the line.
I know. Well, I'm trying to hear the slow burn. I want to see what it goes to. It's not a slow burner. It's just it's a groover.
Okay. Whatever. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
exact definition of groover versus slow burner. The build isn't explosive.
Right.
Okay. That's what you were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So no, it doesn't have that.
Which is fine. I'm trying to make sure we have all the different sounds here, and
well, we've got plenty from Kitsuji, so I'm okay with.
Well, we've got 3 in the conversation here, and 2 of them are radio tunes. Beverly Drive and Black Sun are both radio tunes. So, I mean, we could lose one of these and then just put the other 2 through, which would put us at 8. Yeah. Okay. Do we want representation from everything? Actually, we can't even. Because there's a couple records that nothing made it through.
Yeah, I don't think anything from the newest album made it through.
Northern Lights is the only thing that got. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how important album representation is at this point.
I mean, I suppose. I mean, just because it didn't do much for me doesn't mean that other people wouldn't like it either.
Let's see.
I don't know if the whole album representation thing weighs heavy on me. I don't go by that. So
sometimes it matters, and sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, you tell me. You're the host here.
They're still an active band, and I mean, if this was a band that like broke up, years ago, I would be like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. But I think it's important to show like where they're at now and where they're going.
Mm-hmm. So,
that's a good point. So I think
it
should go on there.
It's a good tune. It's probably the best representation of. It's the most Death Cab of that album, I think. All right, so let's put Northern Lights through. Northern Lights. All right, that's 7. We've got 3 left. Between What Sarah Said, Crooked Teeth, Ghost of Beverly Drive, Black Sun, You Haunted Me All My Life, movie script ending.
Good Lord. We gotta cut those in half?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I can tell you now.
What are you willing
You guys both had movie script ending. I listened to that song over and over, and I just couldn't put it on my list. I don't know what it is about that song. I didn't dig it.
To me, the fact that Laugh Indoors got in, I'm okay with losing movie script ending at this point.
And we have to cut this in half.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do. That's my take, but you guys.
How do you feel about dropping movie script ending, Peter?
I mean, I guess we've already got the photo album represented on the list.
Like I said, the fact that I can't believe Laugh Indoors got in, but I mean, I think that one's like the tune from that album. Even though I love, love, love that album. All right. Now the tough ones. We need to drop 2 of these. what Sarah said, Crooked Teeth, Ghost of Beverly Drive, Black Sun, You've Haunted Me All My Life. Now, what Sarah said, being the sad, slow piano rocker.
I was gonna say that's good. I mean, if you guys are wanting that one, I think between that one and You've Haunted Me All My Life, I think that would be the better of the two.
I agree with that.
Because I'm looking at it as not necessarily the album, but sort of the sound of the song and.
I remember what Sarah said. All right. So where are we? 8? And I mean, at this point...
So now we're trying to cut out which...
1.
Like a radio, like...
So I would say, yeah, it's either... So either we take both Ghosts of Beverly Drive and Black Sun, or it's Crooked Teeth, Ghosts of Beverly Drive, Black Sun. Either way, we have to lose one.
I want to keep Crooked Teeth.
I do too.
All right.
That's just me.
All right. I'm with that. But then here comes the fight.
I know. Yeah, I know. This one was coming.
Because to me, like, as much as I like Black Sun, I think Ghost of Beverly Drive is the better tune. Like, it's more up-tempo. It's about an accident. Like, he got in an accident, and he's like, I don't know why I keep going back to this, but this was this Black Sun just doesn't...
And it changed me.
Yeah, Black Sun just doesn't speak to me, like, in any way, as Death Cab or other.
It's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Abstract.
Okay.
Black Sun is more abstract. Like anybody could interpret it differently. Whereas the Ghost of Beverly Drive there's a story to it, and there's only, 1 or 2 ways you can really interpret it.
So I guess really the question is, do we want something that's tonally, like sound-wise? Because I think sound-wise, Ghost of Beverly Drive is more Death Cab. But I think tonally, as far as, not necessarily lyrics, because I'm not sure of the lyrics, but like, it's more straight. Black Sun is more straightforward depressing, whereas Beverly Drive is like confusing you and depressing you at the same time.
You think Ghost of Beverly Drive is depressing?
Yeah. Here, let me play that.
I don't get that from that song.
It's because it's so up-tempo.
In the argument, we can go into in-depth discussion about the songs.
Yeah, I mean, lyrically, yeah, but musically, it's like a disco song almost.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. It's got like layers upon layers of stuff in it too. Yeah. No, I love all the different layers of stuff. I love that guitar part. It rocks a little bit. It's
kind of eerie.
A little eerie, yeah. Well, I mean, Ghost of Beverly Drive is the name of the tune, so. Before the accident. I don't care, man. I think this is my favorite Death Cab song. Yeah, I know it's a radio tune, but like, it's so poetic.
Oh, it's another one. Well, I think this one should the one we put through, because just like with The Sound of Settling, it's another one of those very upbeat pop songs that has a depressing underlying theme.
I agree. I think we have enough of their darker songs, at least musically, on here, and we can put Ghost of Beverly Drive on.
All right.
Justin always gets his way anyways at this show.
You say that.
Uh-huh.
You clearly weren't here for the...
You're going to bring up Fredo.
The Guns N' Roses episode.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it was Bobby.
I was going to say, you bring up Fredo as your excuse...
That was like a 20-minute long debate just about Paradise City.
Oh,
it was
really?
just one song. Yep.
No, I wasn't there for that one.
It was so much so that I had to make a rule that I had made earlier that was supposed to be a one-time thing. There's the Fredo rule.
Where was I? You guys were
out on you went
the
to the House of
Horses. Yeah, that's right.
But you guys came in like right at the end.
Yeah. So no, I wasn't.
We had been talking about Paradise City alone. We already had our 10. We were talking about the one song for like 20, 30 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Okay, because if you were going to bring up I was going to shoot you daggers with my eyes across the table.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot here, hon.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Okay.
Since the last time you were on, I think the last one you did was Madonna. I had to invoke, we talked about Fredo. I had to invoke a new rule because we do the best of episodes, and it's just me and Fredo on those, and we take a song from every episode and mash it together into one list that Fredo and I then pare down into a 10. What is going to be the Death Cab representation? What is the number one with a bullet?
I don't necessarily agree with this, but I think there's something to be said that there was only one song that all three of us had on our list. Mm-hmm. And I think that should be the one we go with. I mean, there's something to be said. I wasn't expecting that song to be...
Of all the songs, yeah.
Right. But,
what do you think, Peter? Sound of Settling?
Settling.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, my instincts say I Will Possess Your Heart, but as a track one, like, that's kind of like... to bring in new listeners, that's kind of a hard sell.
Yeah. I agree. For all the above reasons, I think that it of all the songs that could have been on all three of our lists, that one was the one. And it's catchy but dark, and it's fun and upbeat and dark.
I was expecting a radio tune. I thought out of all of their singles, all of their radio tunes, there was at least going to be one of them that we would all have, and that would for sure be the number one.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case here, so, I mean, there's something to be said about that.
All right, since it's kind of a new band to both you and I, final verdict on Death Cab. What do you think, hon?
I enjoyed listening to them. I mean, I go about listening to bands differently than you do. You kind of started from the beginning and go all the way through their albums, whereas I just listen to the songs randomly. Mm-hmm. And I don't pay attention to what album they're on, when the song came out. It's just, do I like the song or not? And, like I said up front, I leaned a lot towards Kintsugi. Like, I liked the most songs from that album, the feel from that album, Codes and Keys. So, although what drew me in was the Ghost of Beverly Drive, I did really enjoy. I feel like I am a Death Cab fan. That being said, you know me, fan is quote unquote, sort of lost on me sometimes. I mean, how many bands have I seen live?
Hanson.
Like, I don't buy albums. I don't go to shows. I'm not part of fan clubs.
So I'm going to run you being the grizzled vet here, Peter. I'm going to run this 10 by you, and you let us know how we did. The sound is now. First of all, I'm proud of it.
Grizzled.
Yeah. The Sound of Settling. We look like it's just the same.
Okay.
The Sound of Settling. We look like giants. I Will Possess Your Heart. The Ghost of Beverly Drive. I Will Follow You Into the Dark. What Sarah Said. Crooked Teeth. We Laugh Indoors. Northern Lights. And You Are a Tourist. That's our 10. How do we do?
I think it's a good list.
It's good.
I think it brings people in too, because I really do feel like it's not all one kind of thing. It's a little of everything that they do. Plus, I think an important thing for Death Cab is because they are a radio band. Like, there's plenty of tunes that hit the airwaves.
People know them. Yeah.
I think it's important to re-listen to some of these tunes with different ears. That's what happened with me, because, again, Soul Meets Body to me, gross. No thanks. I want nothing to do with it. But listening to it within the context of the album, in the timeline of the band, like, it makes sense to me. So
I think what's also worth mentioning is if you like Death Cab For Cutie, you should check out the Postal Service. It's an album that Benjamin Gibbard did with a friend of his who's a producer, Jimmy Tabarello. And it's the sound is like Death Cab except electronic.
Yeah. They had the one hit, right? Whatever. I don't know why I can't think of what it was now.
That's Such Great Heights.
Yeah, yeah, duh.
Yeah. So if you like Death Cab, they only did one album, but like that's still an album worth listening to.
Well, I feel good here. I think, Peter, aren't you up for the Toadies episode?
Am I?
I think maybe not. I don't know. Like, everything's all confusing for me. I'll look through the stuff. I started listening to Toadies today. That's the only reason I brought that up. Well, I'll have to take a look at your list. I know you got something coming up. You're on lots of them. So, and we're putting out the APB. Is that the word? I don't know.
Points bulletin.
Yeah. Kristin really wants to do a Sarah Bareilles episode. So anybody listening who might be up for Sarah Bareilles, it'd be nice to get that one in.
Yeah, in case you're wondering what kind of music. Judge me if you will.
Yeah, well, no.
I like voices and lyrics.
Let's see, you've done Death Cab now, you did Paramore, you did Madonna, and you did Hanson.
I like a strong vocal and good lyrics.
So, all right. I feel good. I'm going to go run down these one last time. Sound is Settling is our number one with a bullet. We Look Like Giants. I Will Possess Your Hearts. The Ghosts of Beverly Drive. I Will Follow You Into the Dark. What Sarah Said. Crooked Teeth. We Laugh Indoors. Northern Lights. And You Are a Tourist. And right now, you are a tourist. You don't have to be. You can visit regularly. Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. $1 a month. $1 freaking dollar a month gets you the deprogrammed 4 full days before the rest of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a bargain. You also get the hashtag WrestlePals pod. You get the pre-tapes. You get the hashtag WrestleParty. You get the Your Music Show pod, which just relaunched. You get the super secret project pod that's going to be launching soon-ish. You also get the Oh Hi Justin pod Monday through Friday. I do a weekly pod on Saturdays or Sundays, depending. And then you also get these cool's demo. Look, there's so much that I can't tell you all of it, or I'll sit here forever. Whatever other ideas come to my head, they all go to the Patreon. Everything goes to the Patreon first, before anywhere else. So hop on, $1 a month. It helps me out a great deal, and I would greatly appreciate it. You'll have my undying support for life, and that's a promise. So patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. Thank you very much. That being said, Death Cab For Cutie. Learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.